It was Aurora, Colorado, summer break 2019, when we first met middle school math teacher Finn Lanning and Damien, the student he just couldn't shake.
Do you know how many pencils I went through this year?
Like way more than you should have?
Yeah.
Damien says Mr. Lanning was definitely one of his better teachers.
When a teacher doesn't bother me over and over again, that's better.
You have a low bar.
Yeah, leave me alone, I'll leave you alone, I'll get my work done.
He's smart and funny, and he was always a student that stood out. And then one day he just came to me and said, I'm not coming back to school.
Finn sat him down at that table, right then and there.
And what I found out was his story.
He learned Damien was in foster care, that he had kidney disease. And because social services couldn't find a foster family willing and able to meet his medical needs, Damien had to leave school and move into a hospital. But here's the real kicker. The kid needs a transplant, desperately. And a lot of times you can't get a transplant if you don't have a stable home to return to after surgery.
It hit me like a ton of bricks. I mean, you just can't sit across from somebody that you care about and hear them say something like that and know that you have room to help.
And that's how Finn became a foster parent. He took in Damien, dialysis needs and all, even though prior to that hallway meeting, he'd been a confirmed bachelor who delighted in his childlessness.
I never thought that I could leave school and take one of them with me and still survive, right?
Damien says, right back at you, bro.
I was like, yes, I'd get out of the hospital, but I was like, my math teacher, out of all the people.
They got along famously.
Oh, yeah.
Although Damien refused to get too excited. He'd seen fairy tales fall apart before.
Rematch? It's kind of bad thinking about that, but some people actually do that. They'll just kick you out they'll be happy with you one day, and then just kick you out the next.
I suppose only time will let you trust.
Yeah.
It's been nearly 2 years since we first told this story. Damien was able to get that transplant, and he's now a much healthier, very typical 15-year-old.
Even though it's been absolutely the hardest thing I've ever done. I wouldn't trade it for anything. I'll keep him.
A few months ago, Finn adopted Damien.
Yeah.
Teacher and student, now father and son.
To be accepted. Feels like a dream come true.
Proof that sometimes fairy tales do end happily ever after. Steve Hartman, CBS News, on the road.